Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Welcome to VRIC Afternoon. So Palamina is an exploration company that's active in southeastern Peru. We've gone there. There's an exploration boom underway there, and we're looking for the hard rock source of the gold mineralization that feeds the alluvials. This is just a picture of our drill rig last year. It gives you an idea of we're using man portables, and that's our team. These are just on this slide here. Palamina has spent roughly 5 million Canadian on its main project. I'll talk about there's 4 visible gold zones on a 2.4 kilometer trend. The rock in the top right there is one of the visible gold areas. Palamina also vended a property. We own 20% of a company called Windshear and have a 2% royalty on their property. Again, that project is also drill ready. So we're drilling in Palamina, and our equity royalty partner has completed their DIA, and we're waiting on approval of it to be able to go drilling. So there's 2 kicks at the can from a drill discovery point of view. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this slide, but we've got a fairly young board of people that have had quite a bit of success. You'll see Phil Walford in the bottom right there. He won the Bill Dennis Award for his discovery in Newfoundland, again, Orogenic system. So he's a great mentor to me. And again, Jose Vizqueta Benavides on our advisory board. He's part of the Buenaventura family, and he's been a great help in Peru. Hugh Agro, he announced a 4 million ounce orogenic, they're up to a 4 million ounce resource on their play in Idaho, Revival Gold. And so it's just a well-rounded group of people that have a lot of experience in Latin America, and we really don't have a lot of issues raising funding. So last June, Eric Sprott and Goldspot came in for 15%. I myself have over 2.4 million Canadian in this company. I'm at about 13% with my wife. So it's quite tightly held. Ernesto Echeverria is a big player as well. He followed me from my sale of my last company to Agnico. This Palamina was a spin out. So this is really the slide of importance. There's 100,000 informals mining in Peru currently in this area, and so not a lot of people are aware. It's 700 square kilometers in the basin at the bottom of the Andean range to the north, and you can see the photo there. There's 30-meter deep pits. The second photo there, I'm going to talk a little bit about Mucamayo. It's really the jungle gold, and it's been active for some time. There's a mine up the river called Santo Domingo, which was the highest grade gold mine at the turn of the 19th century, and there's about 1,800 informals mining there currently. And then Rinconada, that's at 5,300 meters, which is, if you look at that red dot, it's at the top of the orogenic system we're exploring. So we're looking at the Puno Orogenic Belt, which is on this slide 175 by 85 kilometers. It's the gray area. We've got 9 projects we participate in. If you come to our booth, I'll go through them, but there's not a lot of, Fresnillo's probably our biggest competitor, and we've done a lot of staking where we've picked up a lot of ground where, again, it's all stake. We don't have the gun to the head back end payments. The blue represents Windshear, so those are the projects they bought from us. So on this slide, we started our drilling last fall. We got 4 holes drilled before year-end and rainy season. So those are the yellow in the cartoon, the yellow lines. We just went back drilling last Friday. So we're on hole 5, which is to the east. So we drilled we tested 600 of 800 meters. We're now drilling closer to the system and shallower. We're 137 meters in as of this morning. We're going to wait for the results from the first hole. This is somewhat a tier 3 target. We did hit visible gold in 2 of the holes, but we failed to intercept the mineralization at surface that we had seen previously. This property here, this is the one that we sold to Windshear. You can see at the top left there the alluvial gold fields. There's 2 rivers, the Sangaban River to the left and the Yanamayo River to the right. They feed into these alluvial basins. On the property, there's tremendous infrastructure. It's about 3.5 hours to the Puerto Maldonado Airport. There's a hydroelectric dam. There are bridges that have gone in because of a landslide to the Windshear property. And again, we found a stamp mill. But the key thing is we spent about $1.4 million. It's drill ready. The permit's already gone through, and it's just waiting for approval. And we're looking to drill on this property. So this is, when we did our deal with Goldspot last year, they generated a map in February which picked up that Mucamayo area to the right, and we've previously flown this area, and the anomaly to the right, it's about over 6 kilometers. It's got nice structural features, and that we can pick it up with satellite. The yellow represents Fresnillo. After we flew it, they came in and staked over the whole area. They have a deposit to the east where they've defined 1.4 million ounces. And what's interesting from my point of view is Windshear has spun out the Yang deposit from Gaban, and if you look, there's a third of it there that has a part of the AI target anomaly, and you're seeing the same size anomaly. And again, the Mucamayo area has been in production for about 25 years. Through the formalization process, there's 12 mines there, and we feel they've mined about 2 million ounces. We think there's the potential for at least 5 million, and it's just expanding every year. In the photo there, you can see the development. That's only over 1 kilometer. But the key here is that the yin and yang deposits sit on, there's 2 different rock formations, the Sandia rock unit and the San Jose. And if you look at it, you can see a northeast structure and an east-west structure. So we've got, these are the biggest anomalies the AI study picked up, and they're really looking at watersheds and, mag features and mineralization. And again, all they do is pick out similar targets. So we're quite excited about it. We staked the yin claim over the last 2 weeks, and again, we've not yet ground truthed it, but the yang claim in Gaban, we actually found that with satellite photos. So there's a tremendous amount of visible gold in the system, or in this belt, and we're going to ground truth this over the summer. This is so we have what I call a battery metal play. I'm very fond of, if you think of Hannon Metals, there's some very good silver copper projects in Peru, and I'm, in terms of participation in the battery space, I think that copper and silver, you got the best of precious metal and base metal. So in this district, we also had a study done. It's also in Puno. We had a study done of the district where again, we used AI technologies. We increased our footprint on the slide here. It's the red thing on the other side of the lake. That's our Galena property. To the northwest, Friedland is using his Typhoon technology, and they've mounted a drill program at Panaya, but he's looking for very deep porphyries. It's in the Las Bambas trend. And then to the northeast, Aftermath Silver, they just announced a result of 52 meters or 250 grams with 1.2% copper. And if you want to come know more about this, if you like the copper silver space, it's very high grade. But the infrastructure here is such that, it's off the Intercontinental Highway. It has electricity. There's a railway line running through our property. Again, we staked it 5 years ago. It's always been a fairly known district. It's about an hour and a half from Juliaca, where our office is. And I'm excited that we're moving it forward. So just to sum up, the company has a deal with Windshear where we own 20% of their company and 2% royalty on both their projects. We're in the drill discovery phase with the drill turning. They've permitted a drill. That's the other catalyst, that they want to drill their Gaban property. And then in addition to this, one of the reasons we sold into Windshear is they have an orogenic project, the SMP project, that was actually expropriated by the Tanzanian government. We raised US $3.3 million, I guess it would be about a year and a half ago. We're into the arbitration process, so we're going to have a judgment in next February, and it's underpinning our value. And the claim is for 125 million, and I can say that it's an interesting process, but I do think there will be a positive result. And so I think when you buy either Palamina or Windshear, there is the potential for a non-dilutive financing in the near future. Okay, thank you very much.